Personal experience with mental ill health can benefit you tremendously when working as a mental health professional. My name is Joyce and I'm an Oxford mental health researcher turned psychologist and entrepreneur. About 6 years ago, I personally experienced psychotic depression, and in this video I discussed 3 ways in which experience of mental illness can benefit us as psychologists and mental health professionals, more broadly speaking, when used appropriately. Surprisingly, in the mental health field, there's still a lot of stigma and still a lot of secrecy around professionals experiencing mental health problems themselves. This is even stronger if your mental illness does not fall in the more common categories of depression or anxiety, which luckily have received a lot of attention over recent years and were stigma has reduced quite a bit for these conditions. It hasn't reduced for other conditions like psychosis, schizophrenia, personality disorders, and the like. If you have experienced mental ill health or someone close to you has experienced mental ill health, these are 3 ways in which you likely have a competitive advantage over other health professionals and are probably able to provide better, higher quality service to clients and patients. First of all, you have very likely moved past the us versus them attitude, right? So viewing health professionals as one category and viewing the clients or the consumers or patients as a separate group. And the idea is that one group, the health professionals, the psychologists, fixes the clients or the consumers. If you are a mental health professional with a past experience of mental illness, you're likely very aware that mental illness can happen to any one of us. It's not just a specific group of people that gets affected by mental illness. It literally crosses geography, gender, race. Nobody is immune or secure, protected from the potential of developing a mental illness. Furthermore, if you're a clinician with a personal history, either in yourself or in your close family or friends of mental illness, you also likely understand, as a result of this, that any type of mental illness could impact you, right? So it causes really a wider ranging empathy for lots of different people with lots of different conditions. So for myself, for example, when I started out as a psychologist, when I studied psychology back in the day, I did feel quite a lot of compassion for people who were quite similar to me and who were affected by mental health conditions that I could imagine myself developing. However, since I've experienced psychosis, which was one of those conditions that I would have never thought I would be affected by, and that I also didn't really empathize a lot with before I experienced it, now I can really empathize with a wide range of people. People with schizophrenia, people with very difficult to treat personality disorders, people with PTSD, men, women, old, young, rich, poor. My empathy has really extended and has widened. It's not necessarily deeper, but it applies to a much wider range of people. Another way in which you are likely a better psychologist or better mental health professional after a personal experience with mental illness is that you will understand that stigma can be more debilitating than the mental illness itself, especially after we recover from the mental illness. So in my case, the acute psychotic phase was very traumatic, but in the aftermath, once I was in recovery, it was stigma that stung a lot more, stigma that limited me a lot more than the mental illness itself. With stigma, importantly, there are 2 different levels of stigma. First of all, we have other directed stigma. So this is when other people around you, like family, friends, maybe your GP or your psychologist, treats you in a way that diminishes you based on your mental health condition, right? And this is not necessarily based in facts, or often it's not based in facts per definition. Secondly, we have self-directed stigma. So this is when you internalize the stigma that exists in society that other people direct towards you. and you start thinking things like, I can never recover, I'm a bum, I am no good, I'm worse than others, my mental illness defines me. Third way in which you're likely a better psychologist or mental health professional is that you're likely very much aware of the importance of instilling and encouraging realistic hope in clients or consumers with mental illness and who are recovering. A wide range of mental illnesses, a wide range of conditions, a wide range of people. One thing that they share in common is a loss of hope and worrying about the fact that things might always stay the way that they are now when we're in the deepest trenches of the mental illness. This is something I experienced myself as well when I was feeling really depressed, when I was experiencing the aftermath of the psychotic symptoms. I felt really, really down, and I felt really concerned that this might be my future from now on. It was really important for me at that point in time to work with a psychiatrist who was very confident that things would get better and that things could get better with the appropriate medication and appropriate supports. Wide range of mental illnesses, we very clearly know from research that hope is really a catalyst for recovery in a wide range of conditions. It encourages people to seek help, and it encourages people to keep going, to keep trying new things, and to keep taking step by step in their recovery journey rather than give up. So please remember that while you might likely have avoided your mental illness, it really has made you a more compassionate, a more effective mental health practitioner. And you can use your skills and the gained knowledge and experience to help other people. Always make sure that you process your own experience to a sufficient degree before you start working in that area. And also make sure you have good supervision. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up or follow the channel, and let me know in the comments what kind of content you would like to see more of.